Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of y'all, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Listen closely, y'all. I want y'all to keep this at the forefront. I almost became Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson started his life off as a Muslim. He's since then begun talking to his ancestors and preaching about the status of the black woman in the West, of all places. You know, ironically, if his dad is able to look after his mom shouldn't be the reason that he doesn't leave the United States for the homeland. But the issue is that they're not together. And we've seen already that his dad apparently wound up with a snow bunny. I understand why Umar would tell brothers leave them snow bunnies alone, but I don't understand why Umar would tell brothers to stick with the Western system. I don't understand why Umar would not say to his parents, listen, here's the ultimatum. I will only conceive with a black woman from the continent that is traditional. So, Mom, why don't you leave the U.S. and go with me? What's wrong with that? Better weather, right? No? Okay. Omar decided that he wanted to start a school for the boys, and it's now coming to fruition that we are seeing how important it is that he did not get that school up and running, because he's not able to shake off the gynocratic thinking. You see, at no point does he say to her, listen, you're going to have to stop betraying us. That doesn't wake him up. He's had a trans deceive him on a panel and then later on come out and belittle him sexually without any knowledge of his sexuality because he didn't see through the deception. He has had instances in which he knows of sisters starting conflicts, and yet he had the nerve to sit up and say that he wants to start the school for the boy. For what? Now we know that he's going to teach the boys to be stepdads. I don't blame Omar for when he said that there was some black males who were so criminal-minded they needed to be put to sleep permanently. He was being nice. I think they need to be lynched. The ones that he was talking about that actually do deserve to die, and that such people exist in any race, I think they deserve to be lynched as a public example so that we won't have that many people from amongst us like that. They do exist. I've seen them. I've taught them. Some of them are as young as 7th grade. Already so bad of human beings that they don't deserve to live anymore. Because to them, evil is good and good is evil. But Omar wanted to start the school so that he could, and now we know he would have taught these boys that if they were not the select Negroes, then they should be the stepdads, and that's not acceptable. I'm now going to tell you about the business that I started. It already exists legally. It's there. This business also is scheduled to open in a few weeks, and I'm not even in the country. Customers have already been asking for it, so there is the demand. And my agent there has really put in the work to make this happen, so I want him to make a ton. I think the first profit should go strictly to him, because that's how much work he's put in. What I'm starting has to do with educational support. That's as much as I'll say. But I want to make this part plain too as well. The educational support is going to include an opposition to feminism. in opposition to misandry. To protect traditional gender relationships and roles in that country. I am not talking about abuse, like the misandrists are going to say, because they always want to make it sound like the default is men oppress women. But that is what I'm going to start. It is not in a black nation either. They're not hostile to us at all in this nation, but it is not in a black nation. However, there are two things I plan on doing with the business. One, countering, wherever it pops up, countering misandry and feminism, and countering that for a reason, of course, so that as you, SYSBM and Passport Bros, marry and you have your kids will have a chance at marriages that can work, giving you chances to become grandparents. Then the other thing is that I would try to utilize this to help one SYSBM to adjust to life in that particular country each year, if it's needed, if somebody needs that. See, Richie Mack does each one teach one to a certain, he does that. If you're a Passport Bro and you want to fly out to Bangkok or Pattaya, he's going to help you to adjust. He puts out the tips, and I put out on Patreon the travel tips. I'm on the 10th one now. I put out the travel tip, the 10th travel tip recently on Patreon. He puts them up. He lets you know, man, you need to go ahead and obey the rules and the basic things, but also more helpful things. I am telling you, that is needed. It is necessary. It is indispensable. We have to have that, and I am all for it. And I would try to do something similar for an SYSBM. Omar took up donations. The school can't open. There's always something, and there will always be something. For me, the business already exists, and its opening is already in schedule. The demand is there. The people are asking. I only will ask for $3.60 per subscriber, and that will put us ahead. That'll be plenty enough. And as a matter of fact, if you do it through Cash App, then that's fine. Just say clearly on the Cash App for the business. Or you can say third country business, because it's not in Saudi and it's not in the US. The other way that you can do so is that you can support through Odyssey, because if you go to Odyssey, you go to my channel and you start your own account there, you can actually support content or accounts. You can send US dollars. And if you were to send that to Odyssey, whatever you send on Odyssey, unless you specify that it is for another purpose, whatever you send on Odyssey, I will automatically go ahead and put into that business. If I reach the goal ahead of time, I will state here on YouTube and on Odyssey and Facebook, I've reached the goal. Thank you. All donations now should only be if you just are inclined to donate for the channel or something else, but the business goal has been reached, because the business is going to, its goal at least is to make money. Once it starts making money back, I'm not going to ask you to help support that business. It's not your job at that point. It's not your job now. I'm only asking that anybody give what they can that won't hurt. And what you cannot is not your fault. If somebody's not able to donate and then later on becomes SYSBM or is getting ready to leave and they go to this particular nation, and I'm only going to say what nation it is once the business begins to make money, then I would gladly take one SYSBM and help them out And I wouldn't mind having such an SYSBM record my voice as well along with me to let you all know that, yeah, somebody's being helped out once it makes money, and this can happen. How long I can afford to help someone with the adjustments depends on how much the business makes. I almost became Omar, and I actually may owe Umar Johnson a debt of gratitude for walking the path ahead of me and showing me what the hell I don't want to do. Because mine is not going to back up misandry or feminism. Mine will oppose it. The students that come through will either have no clue about feminism and misandry, or they will know how to oppose it when they're done, along with other subjects. That's the goal. I hope that this helps you. And from the bottom of my black heart and from the depths of my black mind, I thank you for listening. As always, black heart, black mind, blackout, assalamu alaikum, and black heterosexual non-select male power just because they don't like it, and black patriarchy until extinction of Judgment Day. Thank you again for flying Jet Black Airways, where jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with me until the wings and the wheels fall off. Gender justice forever.